Hey, shh, be quiet.
Hello, Diego. I've already talked to Milton on the other side of the camp.
Okay, so you already know what happened. But did you also hear about the planned raid on the free mine?
How could the old mine cave in?
One of the diggers who survived it told us that they were digging, and they hit an underground river on the bottom level. When the water gushed into the mine, one of the supports broke, and the entire upper section collapsed. Only a handful of people managed to escape from the mine.
Why are the fire mages dead?
That's a long story.
Just tell me about it. It's not the first long story I've had to listen to.
Well then, luckily I was in the ore baron's house when they got the news that the mine had collapsed. Gomez was hopping mad when he heard about the accident, and he was afraid that his position could be at stake.
Of course. Who controls the ore controls the colony as well.
That's right. Since he has no source of income anymore, the goods from the outside world won't come in anymore either. Nobody will work for him if he doesn't get another source of income soon.
And that's the reason for the raid on the free mine?
To be honest, that's Gomez's only chance to maintain his power. 2 hours ago, 24 guards set out for the free mine.
That's mad. I need to warn the new camp.
Then you must hurry up. They'll have almost reached the free mine.
But they never get through the fortifications of the new camp.
They don't need to get through them. A few months ago, they found a path that leads over the mountains and right to the free mine, and nobody else knows about it.
I've seen the guards in front of the locked gates.
Stay away from them. They'll attack anybody approaching the camp. They are afraid of somebody avenging the raid on the free mine.
But what happened to the fire mages?
Coristo and the other mages were the only people in the camp to remain rational. They forbade the raid and demanded a settlement with the 2 other camps.
They forbade Gomez to raid the free mine?
Well, yes. Coristo and the others shouldn't have been so self-confident. Gomez didn't trust them anymore and had them perfidiously assassinated.
What are you and Milton going to do now?
We'll stay here for a while to warn some more friends so they don't bump straight into the guards. But you could do us a favor.
Consider it done. Tell me what you want.
Look out for Lester and Gorn. They need to know what happened here. Tell them that the 4 of us will meet at the same place as always.
If I see them before you do, I'll warn them and send them to your meeting point.
Thanks, my friend. You really seem to be an all right guy. Go now. We'll meet again later.
Can you...
Yes. Come back.
Take...
Glad you returned. Something terrible has happened.
Let me guess, the free mine has been assaulted by the guards from the old camp. Nobody saw them coming?
Hang on. How? But of course. You found out about it in the old camp. Gorn arrived here just before you did. What could have caused Gomez to dare to take such an aggressive step? He should be aware that such a heinous act can only provoke war.
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
Collapsed? Of course. Then the whole thing makes sense. Gomez has his back to the wall. He's more dangerous than ever. Now that he doesn't have anything left to lose, he'll do anything.
Gomez has had all of the Magicians of Fire killed.
Had them killed? Why in Beliar's name would he do a thing like that?
They were against the attack on the free mine and opposed Gomez.
Then we're all doomed. Without the other 6 magicians, we'll never be able to control the concentrated power of the massive ore mound. But in spite of that, I thank you for passing this dangerous message on to me.
I have been exiled from the old camp because I have helped you.
You don't belong to the old camp any longer? Then I welcome you to our community.
Does that mean the mercenaries will take me on?
Talk to Lee. He'll see to it. Then come back to me.
When you sent me to the Magicians of Fire, you mentioned there was somebody.
Well, I had hoped we could make it without his help, but the way things are developing...
Who is he?
All right. Many, many years ago.
Give me the shortened version, please.
Be patient. Well, when we, the 12 magicians, created the barrier back then, our magic powers were directed and controlled by a 13th magician.
A 13th magician? I thought there were only 12.
Most people who did not experience the early days of the colony believe that. This 13th magician was our leader. All this took place before we were divided into the circles of fire and water. But he left the old camp, which was once the only camp of the colony.
What is this 13th magician called?
His name is Xardas. Hardly anybody remembers the old stories about him. The ones who do just call him the necromancer.
Why did he leave the old camp?
He started to investigate the invocation of undead and magical creatures. Gomez was not the only one who began to worry. Most of the other magicians opposed him as well, and his unholy deeds.
What happened then?
Unlike Gomez, he was no butcher, so he avoided the conflict and left.
Where is this magician today?
He lives in seclusion, in his tower in the middle of the Orc land. That's just about the southernmost point of the colony.
I'll make my way to Xardas and ask him for help.
He's the only one that can help us now. If he knows no way out or doesn't want to help us,
he will.
There is one other problem.
A problem?
Yes. Over the years, we've tried to get in touch with Xardas several times, but it looks like he prefers to remain undisturbed.
What does that mean?
None of the messengers ever return from his tower. You'll have to find a way to get past his creatures.
Looks like this is going to be interesting. How will I get past his creatures?
If I knew that, I would tell you. I'd advise you to do some research in our library. Maybe you'll find something in the old books about the strengths and weaknesses of magically invoked creatures.
I'll rummage through the library, and don't worry, I'll be back.
May you return in one piece.
Hello!
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp.
That's good news.
They want to meet you and Lester at your usual rendezvous.
Thanks. There's nothing more valuable than good friends in troubled times like these. You're almost one of us by now. You're reliable.
What have you got planned now?
Our entire defense strategy will have to be changed. That takes time. Until Lee and his people are ready, I'll join Cord's Provisional Guard.
Are you planning a counterattack?
Not yet, but the day will come. If ever you're looking for me, start here and walk towards the mine. I'll be on guard there.
Greeting.
Reading.
There was a time when things would have gone very different.
Hello?
You have to watch what you tell people.
I'd better keep out of it. Maybe. I would like to be in his shoes, though, because there must be something about that.
Greeting.
Better not to go rushing into anything.
Maybe.
I better keep out of it.
I doubt that.
Hello.
Rely on somebody.
The old camp has banned me. I'd like to join you.
You've done much for our camp. I can make good use of men like you. Let's keep it short. Welcome to the new camp, mercenary. Here, take some armor. Good that you're here with us.
I need better armor.
You'll first have to earn your armor. Apart from that, they don't come cheap.
If you think. That won't happen again. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
I want to learn how to handle a two-handed sword.
Okay, let's go through the basics first. Hold the sword in a horizontal position. You'll need a great swing to attack your opponent with such a heavy weapon. Raise your arm and swing it straight down. That's usually enough to knock the opponent down. Use the two-handed. That should.
What do you think about the mine?
They've gone too far. They'll be sorry for it.
But in, you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
Let's talk about something else instead.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know.
Hello.
You'll first.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Give me...
This arm.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
Let's talk about something else instead. Rely on somebody and you're...
Hello. That wasn't very clever.
There must be
I wouldn't like-
something about that story.
I doubt that's ever.
I won't.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
I'm not involved.
That's really not.
Yeah, there must be something about that story after all. I wouldn't like. Maybe.
Let's talk about something else instead.
I'd better keep out of it.
There must be something else.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Maybe.
I'd better keep out of it.
There must be something about that story after all.
You're probably right.
I'd better keep out of it.
There must be something about that story after all.
If you think.
That's not really my problem.
Well, there was a time when things would have gone. I thought that'd be
Hello.
ages ago.
I am now one of Lara's men. Have you got a message for me to take over to the Magicians of Fire?
I do indeed, but you'll need to carry the sign of one of our messengers, else Gomez's men won't let you enter the castle. Here, take the letter and the sign. And now, hurry up. I can help.
Wasn't very clever.
I would like to be in his shoes, though.
May I pass through here?
That's really not my
Let's talk about something else instead.
You're very probably right.
Very differently.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. Rely on somebody. That's how it goes. People always
That
talk.
story after all.
You think.
somebody, and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
I doubt.
Eye on something. There must be something about this story. That's how it goes.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, though.
Wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
Hang on.
There was a time when things would have gone very different. That won't happen again.
That.
Same old story.
Let's talk
every
about something else
time.
instead.
Hello!
How's it?
Everything's... Leah's still... See you...
Hello?
Better not go rushing into anything.
I doubt it's ever likely to change.
Wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
You have to watch what you tell. You're very probably
Hang
right.
on. Better not go rushing into anything.
No problem. There's no problem. That won't happen again.
Put the